Thank you to the Skyline Corral for getting us started in such a great way. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the groundbreaking of the Olympic Tower at Skyline. Thank you for braving the weather to join us today, and this is just a great turnout, and we appreciate you having you here. As we celebrate the 10th anniversary of Skyline this week, I want to thank the residents of Skyline who were instrumental in shaping the vibrant and welcoming community we have today. Most of them are joining us via a live video stream from the Cascade Tower right now. We have a few board members here from Transforming Age today: John Owanski, Karen Miller, and Jim Melhorn. Thank you for the leadership you provide in guiding the mission and vision of the organization, and for the ongoing support. This day wouldn't be happening without you, so thank you. And a very special group of Skyline residents have joined us here today, the Resident Liaison Group. Kathy Dobbs, Rose Southall, Jim Melhorn, and not with us today, but Bob Terrell. They played an important role in the master plan and the design of the Olympic Tower. Meeting on a monthly basis, reviewing design and programming needs, all to help ensure that this new extension of Skyline is the best it can be for all the future people who are going to walk through its doors. It not only took that effort, but it also took them working with all of their neighbors to make sure that the input was received, to make sure that how these two buildings together work in harmony. And they'll be continued to be involved over the next couple of years, and we appreciate all the time and effort that they've put into this process. Our depositors, many of you are here today. We thank you for placing your trust in us to make this important decision to become part of Skyline. We look forward to getting to know you more over the next couple of years and in celebrating together when we have the grand opening in just a couple of years. So thank you. The executive management team of Transforming Age, thank you for the support and the services you regularly provide to Skyline, for guiding this process of the Olympic Tower and supporting us every day and throughout. When planning a project like this, it's critical to have the right partners to work with. The teams at Anker Moysen Architects and Design, PCL Construction, and Ziegler, our underwriter, for helping this project to become a reality. Our amazing team members at Skyline ensure that it is the best place to live. Each day they bring their best to the services provided. The relationships they form with the residents help fulfill the sense of community that Skyline is known for. They're represented today by our Skyline department directors, and so thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce Torsten Hirsch, our president and CEO of Transforming Age. He joined the organization 5.5 years ago and immediately inspired us all through his steadfast leadership to focus on furthering the mission and vision of our organization to transform the perception of age and to enhance the lives of older adults. Welcome, Torsten.
Thank you, Kevin, for the introduction, your kind words, and also the excellent leadership you're providing to Skyline and to Transforming Age every day. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, everybody. Let's see if I can take this. All right. Thank you for joining all of us here today. Today's Olympic Tower groundbreaking is a very exciting next step in the story that is Skyline. And that story's been in the writing since Skyline first opened its doors in 2009. It certainly hasn't been a boring story. One that had great twists and turns, introduced new characters, intriguing plots, took place in exciting settings and times. And at the end of the day, it's a story that lets the observer realize that all along there has been one important key message in all of this. And that key message, ladies and gentlemen, is that Skyline is providing high quality lifestyle opportunities and peace of mind to older adults. In a world where there's very few options, very important message. Today also marks a very important milestone in our organization's history, and we're very proud of that. Transforming Age set out to serve older adults 63 years ago, which is a long time. And our mission couldn't be more important and more on point and valuable to society today, more than ever. 10,000 people turn 65 every day, and the US older adult population is set to more than double in the next 30 years to 100 million people. So the challenge is daunting. In our pursuit to transform the way society perceives age and the way society perceives older adults, and subsequently how older adults are being treated and served, has served and experienced many obstacles, difficulties, and challenges over the time. But we've never wavered in our commitment in our not-for-profit mission to make the world a better place and serve older adults. And we continue to dream of the possibilities. In our relentless pursuit of how we can provide more and, more importantly, higher quality housing and service to older adults. And today's groundbreaking is the realization of those dreams and those efforts. Transforming Age serves over 7,500 people in its network nationwide. Our mission is to enhance seniors' lives, and we're doing that in an integrative approach by integrating what we call our 5 spheres. That is housing, community services, technology, philanthropy, and business services, all for the benefit of older adults. And at the end of the day, our integrative approach really acknowledges that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. That each of us and each person we serve has their own hopes and dreams and their own needs. And our job is to build the platform and provide the canvas so our residents, our client participants, and our program participants can write their story and continue their lives and successfully age, regardless of age, physical ability, or income. People say it takes a village, and that could not be more accurate with the Olympic Tower project. It's the culmination of an effort of strong collaboration and partnership of many people involved. And I'd like to acknowledge and express my deepest gratitude to everybody who is involved in this process. And many of them are here in the room, and others are watching. Our depositors, who call the Olympic Tower their future home here just in a couple years, which is super exciting. Skyline residents, many of them watching from their apartment homes or from up the Cascade Tower. Especially the Skyline residents in the liaison group who've helped guide our team members through this process. The team members at Skyline who work every day to deliver the services to our residents, and their fearless department heads that stand ready to serve them and support them. Kevin is the executive director at Skyline, and the Transforming Age executive team that is supporting the entire system. And our board of directors, who's been by our side ever since the beginning. There's also some critical partners. Kevin mentioned already a few: Anchor Moisen Architects, PCL Construction, Ziegler Underwriting. But we also have many people working in the background, like our legal group with ORIC, the Washington State Housing Finance Commission that's helped us through this process, and many others. So our deepest gratitude to them as well. I would like to now introduce John Awansky. He's the board chair of the Transforming Age Board of Directors. Under John's leadership, the board has been a great supporter, advocate, and resource for Transforming Age to continue and further our mission. And without the board, we wouldn't be here today. John. Thank you.
Let's see if this works fine. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. So anybody, so first of all, welcome everyone. Isn't this a beautiful fall day? I tell you, I think the temperature dropped probably 10 or 15 degrees in the last 2 or 3 hours. So, but anyway, it's first of all, as a board chair, it's quite frankly an honor and privilege to be in that role. It's part of what I still remember. I've been on the board about 7 years, and I still remember when the purchase of this property first came up. And Jim will go into that a lot more detail, so I'm going to tee him up a little bit. But I wasn't sure about it. Financially, it was a pretty big commitment. But certainly, I think from a risk management standpoint, it made a lot of sense just so we could control this property. So obviously we decided to purchase it. But fast forward it with Torsten and his team, certainly Paul, Michael running the numbers, and Don leading the team to sell the new residences. It really takes vision to do something like this, and I give full credit to the management team for really having that vision and putting it to getting it to this point. I'll tell you, being involved in some other things in my own career and something like this, not anything to this magnitude, I know what it takes, the details, running the numbers, and on everything, getting the permits, dealing with all that, how difficult something like this is. So again, I compliment Torsten, you and the team for getting it to this point. The other thing, Torsten talked about the mission of Transforming Age. As most of you know, this Transforming Age is a not-for-profit. What I've come to learn is that not-for-profits are only about a third of the industry for giving services to the elderly in this country. 2/3 of it, roughly, is for-profit entities. So again, I'm very proud to serve on something that it's about mission. Certainly we have to be, run a cash surplus. So I call it the double bottom line of both, certainly being financially smart, but also, giving back. And that's what this certainly Transforming Age is about. And again, what this Olympic Tower is about. So I'm going to do a little plug here. Some of you may know I'm the CFO for AAA Washington. First of all, we do sell, for those of you who want vacations, we can help you with that. But I bring that up because AAA was started, in fact, September 23rd in 1904, just down the street at the Rainier Club as the Seattle Motor Club. But it started with some individuals who first had cars. Back then, quite frankly, it was called the Seattle Motor Club. But part of it was about the safety of the roads. And to me, part of it, I talk about risk management, but I do have to make a plug, and I'm very hopeful. I know right now the Sky Bridge has not been approved, but I'm still hopeful that sometime in the future that will be approved, because it is about safety of our residents. So hopefully, I don't know if anybody here is from the city of Seattle, but if you are, I'm hoping we can do something about that in the future. But lastly, and Jim Melhorn will be the next speaker. I'm going to plug him a little bit because I do have in my background, I do have a little bit of hospitality and healthcare industries in my background. But I learned so much from Jim being on this board, because obviously his former life, this is what he did. He was in this. And he has been such a guiding light for me to basically understand more, and so I can be a better board member for Transforming Age. But with further ado, I'll hand it over to Jim Melhorn.
My hamstrings are in very poor condition these days, and so I need a lot of assistance. Well, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And John, thank you for the introduction. Kevin, Torsen, Karen, my colleague on the board. I have been invited to share a personal view of and a glance back in history to what has brought us here together today for this groundbreaking ceremony. I have been involved with Skyline at First Hill since the fall of 2007, when my wife Laura and I placed a reservation deposit on apartment 2002. It was a future commitment for us, the same as the apartments that have been reserved as of today in the Olympic Tower. Our future commitments. It is to honor those future commitments that we gather here today for this groundbreaking ceremony. In May 2008, I was invited and accepted an invitation to join the Board of Directors of Presbyterian Retirement Communities of the Northwest, commonly and referred to as PRCN. The sponsor and owner at that time of Exeter House, Park Shore, and under construction Skyline. From my first board meeting through today, now as a member of the Board of Transforming Age, which succeeded PRCN in doing business, I have witnessed how the Board of Directors have been steadfast as a nonprofit organization in providing housing and other services to older adults, and in having committed and professional staff to provide those services. In July of 2013, I was asked by the chair of the board of PRCN in my role as chair of Strategic Planning Committee and a member of the Finance Committee to entertain at Skyline a gentleman who was the owner of this property, a 50-plus car parking lot, who was interested in selling the property. I accepted the request. The gentleman and his associate arrived at the appointed time. We had lunch, toured Skyline. I explained Skyline's mission, program, resident care agreement, and I answered many, many, many questions. We ended the day in my apartment. As we stood at the windows in the kitchen looking down on this property, he said, "Jim, I'm going to sell that property, and I will give PRCN and Skyline first consideration before putting it on the market in a few weeks." Well, it goes without saying, as John emphasized, that after that meeting, the board of directors immediately launched a feasibility study and decided to purchase the property. The decision was based on the following facts. It would definitely fit within the strategic plan of the board, which was developing at that time the strategic plan with a goal of growth, and we wanted to control this property as to what would be built on it next to Skyline. Within the strategic goal of growth, we could possibly expand and enhance Skyline, or provide other services to older adults on this property. Purchasing the property would also fit within the strategic goal of finance to increase the PRCN investment portfolio value. The purchase was made on August the 23rd, 2013 for $5,950,000. I've been told recently, with all the construction along 8th Avenue and on First Hill, this property's value is probably beyond $12 million. Thus, you can see the importance of a strategic plan being the basis upon which to make responsible decisions. A strategic plan with goals, objectives, and related metrics and benchmarks. The Transforming Age Strategic Plan is reviewed annually by the Board of Directors, still has a strong commitment to growth and mission of transforming the perception of age through a diversity of services. Finally, as a Skyline resident, I look forward each morning in the coming years as I have my cup of coffee in apartment 2002 to watching the Olympic Tower rise toward the sky, and done in about 2 years, watching it occupied by residents who will become a very important component of the Skyline community. Thank you.
At this time, I want to invite Don Warfield, our Director of Sales and Marketing, to please join me.
Sales and marketing, we get a little emotional. What a day, what a crowd. I guarantee you it's going to be sunny tomorrow. You know it. It's sunny right now. I don't think I slept last night. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for your trust and this opportunity and the belief in me to come here 2.5 years ago for this project and the life care model. This is a life-changing opportunity. I'm honored and privileged with the responsibility of marketing and selling the Olympic Tower. However, I couldn't do it without a team. Today represents the culmination of a team that's been committed and focused from day one. All in from day one. I came here, this team was ready. They had a PowerPoint presentation for Kevin and said, Kevin, this is the type of director we want. And I trust that they got what they want. I want to recognize and thank the sales and marketing team of Skyline Transforming Age. Those members are here today. Dehay Kwan, wherever she is, you know her, she's fantastic. She's probably out giving out shirts still. Rita Manley, who's in charge of assisted living but helps out in everything we need in sales and marketing. Fahima Jahan, the go-to person. You all know Fahima, and if you don't, you're going to get to know her, especially OT depositor, so she's going to help you move in here in 2 years from now. The Transforming Age team, incredible. They've given me and us everything we've asked for from day one, and that includes Torsten. Thank you. I'll never forget the first time I met you, and your vision of where you wanted this community and this nonprofit group to go is incredible, and I'm glad to be on that journey with you. But there's two people I want to definitely recognize from Transforming Age because this success is not happening today without them. Kristen Crawford, thank you very much for your endless support of everything Skyline and Olympic Tower. And Paul Agner, thank you for saying yes to everything I asked for. The Welcome Center, the videos, everything. I appreciate it. Paul said, whatever you need, we'll make it happen, Don, so thank you. A special thanks to the directors of this incredible community called Skyline. I met a lot of great people 2.5 years ago, and you make sales and marketing easy every single day. A special thanks to Mark Ferrante. Where'd he go? He ducked out. He probably knew I was going to say, there he is, right there. That gentleman right there and his culinary team puts on a great spread and takes care of our fine future residents and our current residents, and Mark says yes to everything I asked for, so thank you, Mark. Everything you see behind you today and up in the main building. And those folks that are watching on TV, you know what kind of service he provides every day, so thanks, Mark. I told Kevin I'd stay on script, but I have a few others I want to come off script, Kevin, because this crowd's incredible. And the people that have made a difference are here today. I want to mention a few others. DEI Creative, the incredible work they do, and our creatives in the ads you see on Sunday, the banners you're seeing here, thank you, Justin, appreciate it. Merlino Media Group, our buying agency, thank you. You help us make the right decisions from day one, and we appreciate your partnership. And Anchor Moisen, fantastic people to work with. They've given us everything, and every time I call them, they say yes, so thank you. Now, it's certainly my honor to welcome and extend a sincere thank you to the Skyline Olympic Tower reservation holders. Your desire to make Skyline your future home has made this day possible. Thank you. And I've gotten to know every one of you, and it's been a pleasure in doing so. I'm glad no one stole my thunder because I've been talking about this the last couple of days. I'm thrilled to share with you last night's confirmation of the 54th reservation at 6 p.m. The Olympic Tower is now 70% reserved. Congrats and thank you. I think I told Torsten when he challenged us to be 70 to 75%. I said, that's an aggressive number, but we can get there, Torsten. And we have 23 units left. So spread the word. They're going fast. Now, PCL, it's time to get the tower built. We have reservation holders ready to make Skyline their future home. So let's get started now. Thank you.
So I think the rain started again just in time, but fortunately we have hard hats to help with that a little bit. I'd like to invite Torsten and our board members who are represented here today. They are going to come out and do the first initial groundbreaking for the Olympic Tower. And at this time, I'd like to invite Paul Egner and the resident liaison team and the partners that have been involved in this process. And Cindy and Tyler as well, please. And I'm really pleased to invite the Skyline director team to join me up front at this time as well.
So you hang onto your helmet, and this will help you back up. Those are yours? Did you leave any dirt? Okay, good.
I want to thank you all so much for taking your time today to join us here for this exciting event. And I want to thank the residents at Skyline who, again, continue to support us and to work with us in this amazing community that we get to share together. So at this time, those who are able to stay around for a little while, we have a reception following. And just if you can spend time with us, we'd love to have you here. And thank you again for coming out today.